What's good, kings and queen? Got my first female subscriber. You the 0.4%, dude. But damn, God is good, man. I reached over 300 subscribers. So if you're supporting me and taking the time to watch this content, it's humbling to know that I brought some value into your life. And we international now, baby. I mean, I see subs from like Kenya and India and Brazil and all sorts of random countries. So if you're abroad, shout outs to you, man. I just want to mention that I hope you're all retaining, because SR will just give you that confidence and the lack of fear to just believe in yourself more, man. Give yourself a chance, like how I did, because before SR I wouldn't be able to turn on the camera. Before SR I wouldn't be able to make a video. That thought alone terrified me, and I sold myself short, as many people do. So if you just retain, you'll be able to ascend and become a better version of yourself. Man, I got this one. I think he was a troll. I hope it wasn't a genuine question, but he said, "Does semen retention mean you can't get laid?" I think he was taking a shot at me, but it's like I don't want to give that. If it was like a demonic type of situation where he's just like trying to get a reaction out of me, or take a shot, then I don't want to react. But on the contrary, quite the contrary, or whatever. You get what I'm saying. Like SR is obviously voluntary celibacy, dude. Like if you can't get laid, like as if that's even like a cool thing to do, like that means you're involuntarily celibate. And being on SR, you can get laid whenever you want. I mean, but that's not important. Like, yeah, you're gonna get attention from females, but that goes against the whole premise of retaining, which is being righteous. Like, do you really think that when you're being righteous and you're gaining God's favor and you're gaining blessings, that people aren't going to be attracted to that? Like, you sound so foolish just even asking that question, man. Give yourself a chance, you guys. Like, follow your dreams. When you're retaining and you're working out and working on yourself and developing good habits, life is going to unfold for you in ways that you could never imagine, man. Like, just having the energy to pursue your goals and work out, or being able to experience life the way it's meant to be lived. It's an ineffable feeling. It's indescribable, dude. Like, man, I feel blessed. Just it's very humbling to know that I reached over 300 subscribers when I thought I wouldn't have more than 5. Like, I asked my sister, like, how many I started a secret YouTube channel. How many subscribers do you think I have? And she dissed me. Sorry, there's like some jets flying over right now. And yeah, those damn jets. But yeah, my sister dissed me. She was like, "What you got? Like 5 or 10 subs?" And then I asked my mom. She was like, "Maybe 80 subscribers." Like people won't believe in you, like, and you might not even believe in yourself. Hell, like, if you told me before SR would I believe that I could even get to 300 subscribers, I wouldn't have believed you, dude. But they say, like, the first step is the most difficult, like, and they say the first 10,000 subscribers is the most difficult, but it's all about the momentum, man. It seems impossible, but when you're retaining and you're being righteous and you're getting closer to God, God will open doors for you, man. God will make the impossible possible. You'll start believing in yourself. Like, now I believe I could get 1,000 subscribers now. I believe 10,000 is not out of the question anymore. As long as I as long as I build the foundation and just um, keep doing what's right, like, anything's possible, dude. As long as, just doing the right thing, man. I know some of you are like struggling with SR right now. You just have to find your why. Find the reason why you want to do it. And don't do it for women, dude, because that's just demonic. It's not right, man. It's evil, dude. It's not good. It's not sourced from good, and I saw this one, and like God would never tempt you. And I saw this one video last night where this one man, he said like, if you feel like you have to choose between multiple girls and you're like confused on who the right person for you, he says to not choose any of them, because the person that you have a genuine connection with, that connection can never be broken. That connection is like, even if you were to distance yourself from that person and you guys were to not speak for years, that connection would never be broken. And I think I had one guy tell me about how his childhood crush like rejected him because of his height, and he is now like insecure about that. But I think God has made somebody for everybody, you know? And it's a waste of time to like focus on your weaknesses and to think that you're not good enough, because to be honest, like, most women, they just, two things they value the most are confidence and humor. Like, if you can make them laugh, and if you're confident, if you know yourself, if you know what you want and you go after it, like, that's attractive, dude. If you make them feel like wanted, like, and I'm not trying to teach anybody manipulation, but like, if you express to them that you want them and you have the confidence to be direct and go up to them and say what's on your mind, that's attractive in and of itself. So, and if you're on SR and you're retaining, because like they say, retaining is one of the most difficult things a man can do, because we are so easily tempted and we succumb to our primitive desire more often than not. And women know this. Most women think that most guys just think with their dicks, and they think that like we're not capable of being conscious, like, and that's why, the lack of good righteous men is just, what's the word, it's just, there's a lack of us right now, and I'm not perfect, but I'm trying to better myself, and I hope that I'm motivating some of you guys to do the same. And maybe you guys don't feel a connection with me because I'm getting some hate in the comments now that I'm got a little bit of traction. I'm on the come up now or whatever. But yeah, maybe I'm not your man. Maybe I'm not your if somebody else sparks the fire in you, then you don't have to watch these videos, brother. But yeah, I hope, my wish is that I motivate more boys and men to start retaining, because man, if I had started retaining, I think about 33% of my subs are around 18 to 25. And the earlier you do it, especially when you like first hit puberty, that's the most ideal time to do it, because when you're retaining this energy, it goes to your brain, and those are your developing years. They say your brain is fully developed when you hit 25. So I'm past 25, so this is like not the best time to do it, but better late than never, right? So yeah, I would have been a completely different man today if I had just started retaining at an earlier age, dude. So I hope that a lot of you younger men, boys, men, give yourself a chance and retain, because this is going to be one of the best decisions you will ever make in your life, I promise you. Especially if you're doing it for the right reasons, because if you're not doing it for the right reasons, you're not fooling anybody but yourself. You're not fooling God, and that won't last. If you're doing it for a female, you're gonna hit a dead end, dude. I'm just telling you the truth. We can't be simps, man. And the mainstream media, the devil, the evil forces that linger in this world, they want you to be a simp. They want you to access a free prawn. Like, saying porn gonna give me a strike? I hope not, but it. I mean, like, why should it? Like, why should we be so hush hush about it? Like, why do people have to say corn and whatever instead of just porn? Like, it's just so fucked up, dude. Like, how many subliminal messages there are to lead people astray. Like, how there's so much alcohol being advertised, or all the sexual innuendos in like mainstream movies and commercials and stuff. Or like, now that Halloween is around the corner, I see these like horror films being advertised on YouTube and stuff, and fear is just like one of the lowest frequencies that you could be operating on. And for me, like, a lot of my life, man, I was scared, dude. Like, especially like, maybe part of it was because of, in the last 2 years, because of the like anti-Asian hate, because of like COVID-19. A lot of Asian Americans were being hated on, like, oh, you started the virus or whatever. So there's just like a lot of fear and guilt being spread. But even before that, like, I was afraid to like, and that anxiety was partially or mostly produced from watching porn since I was like in middle school, because you feel shame. And when you start retaining and you stop watching porn, whatever, like, you don't feel anxiety to be outside, to speak to anybody. Like, you won't feel fear to approach a girl. Like, it's more so like, yeah, like I've said so many times, you have to consciously tell yourself that I'm still retaining and I don't want to waste my energy on some girl. It's a lose situation. Like, you got to take her out on a date, so there's your resources, your money, and then you have to spend your time, which is priceless. And if you get laid, it's not like you're winning. Dude, she's taking your energy. Like, that's a loss, dude. That's a big L. Like, but we've been programmed to think that, oh, when you go to college, you gotta get laid, or you gotta you're not a man till you get laid. And yeah, it's just so sickening that the mainstream media in America, at least, has convinced men that if you're not getting beesies, then you're a loser, or like, if you're a virgin, you're a loser. And then they shame women into thinking that, or they're trying to empower women to act like men and get their body counts up so they could, and then they call them whores or hoes. It's like, but they want women to be virgins, so they kind of like, they just want to control everybody, man. They don't want everybody to live to their best possibility, dude. It's like, it's all smoke and mirrors, and it's sad that most people can't see beyond the illusions. Most people are just like, if you guys have seen a Naruto, like, there's a thing called genjutsu, where like they put you in a illusion. I feel like it's just like that, man. Or like, man, what is that AP Lit story? Someone's cave. It's like allegory of the cave. Someone's cave, but basically just, people are like in this cave, and they're like, their hands are tied and they're blindfolded, or they're forced to watch these little like shadow these stories, which basically like depicts the media, where everybody's being tricked into believing like one side of the story, or they don't see the actual reality. They don't get to go outside and see and experience what life is truly like. Yeah, damn, I hope I didn't just ramble on and on, because I got one guy saying like, I get to the point. He's like he's like, dear Lord, get to the point. Man, I'm tired of all the lies, man. They always try to, they as in the enemy, those business sharks who be trying to make you feel less than, to make you feel like you need those materialism, to feel like you'll be good enough to attract a woman, to think that you need those fast cars and designer clothes or a certain amount of income to attract a woman. But you don't need any of that stuff, man. Confidence and humor alone goes a long way. And I forgot who said that. Maybe it was Mark the Messenger or somebody else. They said if the girl you want lost her virginity to some guy in high school or college when he was broke, like, what makes you think that you need any of these external things to attract her? It's all a setup, man. Because if you feel like, we all know, if you feel like you need those objects to attract a woman, then that just means she's using you for those things, as opposed to loving you for who you truly are. The same way that, I don't know about most, I mean, for me personally, like when I hear a girl and she's speaking, her tone of voice is like, that like that high pitch girly voice where it's just feminine, it's not like she's trying to be extra girly or anything. But in the same way that guys like me are attracted to girls with that feminine voice, it's the same way that girls with feminine energy are attracted to men with deep voices, because that's that masculine sacred energy, dude. And yeah, it's just vice versa, bro. Like, and my point is that one factor alone can attract a mate. Or if she feels like your dominance, the same way that us men were attracted to a submissive woman, if they can feel your dominance, if they can feel the masculine energy aura emitting off of you, then they're gonna be attracted, dude. Like, sometimes we are attracted to people that we wouldn't normally think we're attracted to. Like, you may think that, or I may think that, oh, I'm into short girls, but my ex in college, she was actually taller than me. So, or I might think like, oh, I'm into Asian girls or something, because most of my exes were Asian. But my college ex-girlfriend, she was Mexican, or like, we could be attracted to anybody. That's my point. Like, it doesn't matter what your preference is. Sometimes somebody is just attracted to somebody else, and we may not even know why. And my point is that when you are retaining and becoming better, there is an unspeakable attraction that draws other people to you, and they may not even know why that they're gravitating towards you. It's just because of, in this dark world we live in, when your light is shining so bright, like, people want to be near the light. Like, human beings are social creatures, social animals. And love is something that touches us at our core, unless we lose ourselves and become, some people become psychopaths or whatever, but, you know, everybody wants to be loved and accepted. Everybody wants to be happy, to be blissful. You know, if you were to ask somebody, would they rather go to heaven or hell, like, I'm pretty sure everybody would want to go to heaven, right? Unless they're like on demon time or whatever, then yeah, those guys are lost. But yeah, when you're full of light, people want to be near you. People are like starstruck by you. People want to talk to you. People want to get closer to you. And yeah, man, people from all walks of life, they're just gonna smile at you and want to be your friend and all that jazz. I need to work on a creative outro and professional intro and take this content creating more seriously. But yeah, I just want to thank you guys again for subscribing, and I truly wish you all well, and I hope you are all retaining to become the best possible version of yourself that God knows we can be. And I'm wishing you all peace, blessings, and everything positive, baby. Peace, and take care.